That human probably got caught up in all the lightning just like we did.
More like the other way around. We have her to thank for all that crash, boom, bang.
That lightning. That was Gramps, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's a warning to invaders. Not one more step.
Sorry, Gramps. I can't just leave someone who needs help.
Huh. This is turning into an eventful day for once.
That was a cool monolith.
We've had quite a bounty of discoveries today.
If I'm not mistaken, that stone is a lot newer than the surrounding ruins.
Yeah, it's from a completely different age.
It read like advice of some sort.
Most likely it's a guidepost left by previous visitors to aid fellow travelers.
So we're not the only ones who go around investigating ruins.
Humans have terms for them. Things like adventurer or explorer.
Explorers. This bridge is incredible. How do you think it was made?
I think this is beyond the capabilities of human technology.
So, like, the bridge alone might date from the era of the gods?
Possibly. But either way, they definitely had assistance, whether from seraphim like me or someone else.
They really didn't want anyone to reach the other side.
The path ahead leads to Elysia. It stands to reason that they do what they can to protect the Pure Land.
In the past, any pilgrims who showed up at the shrine probably thought the gap was simply uncrossable.
Same as we did until just minutes ago.
This bridge is incredible. How do you think it was made?
I think this is beyond the capabilities of human technology.
So, like, the bridge alone might date from the era of the gods?
Possibly. But either way, they definitely had assistance, whether from seraphim like me or someone else.
They really didn't want anyone to reach the other side.
The path ahead leads to Elysia. It stands to reason that they do what they can to protect the Pure Land.
In the past, any pilgrims who showed up at the shrine probably thought the gap was simply uncrossable.
Same as we did until just minutes ago. But good job picking up on that. Your intuition is always impressive.
Oh yeah?
For its rarity.
There we go. I knew it was too good to be true.
Such robust horns. Just like the dragons of legend.
What, like in fairy tales? You're something else.
Don't go near it! There's no telling how dangerous untamed beasts like those are.
Ah, don't worry. We're friends. Oh, well, mostly. They did kick me 4 or 5 times when I was little.
Your friends?
Yep. Sometimes they give me milk, and I make cheese and yogurt with everyone.
The mark of true friendship.
Yeah, it's the best. Oh hey, there's no baby Elisa larks in the nest anymore. I remember when one of them fell from the nest. I was gonna keep it and raise it, but Gramps wouldn't let me. A kept bird will never learn to fly, he said. Put it back. Guess you made it out of the nest on your own, huh?
Saray, your sword technique is eclectic. Which school are you from?
Which school?
Yes, isn't there a name signifying the style? Your swordmaster's name, perhaps?
I guess mine would have to be the Pricklebore School.
Pricklebore School?
For me, it was food. For the Pricklebores, it was survival. Every day, me and them, a never-ending life or death struggle.
You really are a child of nature, aren't you?
But it was those days that taught me how to fight. There's no better teacher, no more exacting taskmaster than the humble Pricklebore.
Thus, Pricklebore School.
You got it! Though I guess I should say Tuskmaster. Check out that view! Even the air seems different somehow.
Definitely a change from Gramps' blessed domain.
Alicia said the world below is full of malevolence. Can you feel it at all?
I don't get that impression personally.
Me neither. I mean, it's so pastoral.
Well, don't judge a book by its cover, as they say. But for now, at least we get a nice view.
It's your first time here too, isn't it? What do you say? Are you pumped?
Pumped? Well, mildly inflated at least.
I don't feel Gramps' domain anymore.
That's because we've left the forest. Our adventure officially starts here.
First off, we need to find Alicia and let her know she's being targeted. And then, we'll take down that fox guy.
It's best we avoid confrontation with Hellions as much as possible.
But...
I want to avenge Mason just as much as you do. But we're just a seraph and a human, neither of us with any power to purify malevolence. Never mind defeating him. Whether we could even drive him off by ourselves is iffy.
And we can't rely on Gramps' assistance anymore. You're right, Mikleo. Look, Mikleo, that butterfly!
I'm guessing a type of Parnassius, though I don't know the exact species.
I've never seen one like this.
Of course. In the land below, there are tons of different types of plants and animals. Way more than Elysia.
A whole world filled with things I don't know about? That sounds intense. Awesome.
Don't forget, it also means more Hellions.
Oh, right. Hellions. Gramps said that once malevolence takes hold, anything could turn into a Hellion. So even this butterfly?
If malevolence settles in, probably.
Gives me shivers just thinking about it.
Sounds about right. Let's all be careful.
Look at the size of that thing! Water wheels. They're for grinding wheat with water power, right?
Grinding wheat, threshing grain, making yarn. A whole bunch of uses, really. With so many humans living here, they probably rely heavily on larger scale machines like this.
Oh, I wonder when this dates from. The foundation looks pretty old, but the wheel itself looks new enough.
Saray!
Yeah?
This water has been affected by malevolence.
What?
It flows throughout the town before it gets here. So it seems what Gramps told us is true.
It's humans who are creating the malevolence. Whoa! No one told me the sanctuary would be this gorgeous!
You can tell the shepherd myth is a big part of the culture here. Strange, though. There's no sense of blessing at all.
Now that you mention it, we could always feel Gramps' blessing back in Elysia.
Granted, Gramps is a particularly powerful seraph. But even so, this town has a high concentration of malevolence. It's honestly making me a little sick.
You gonna be okay?
For now, at least. I'm starting to think it'd be a bad idea to stay too long, though. This place has even more Hellions than we imagined.
And in such a pretty town.
Probably part and parcel of life in human cities.
Whoa! No one told me the sanctuary would be this gorgeous!
You can tell the shepherd myth is a big part of the culture here. Strange, though. There's no sense of blessing at all.
Now that you mention it, we could always feel Gramps' blessing back in Elysia.
Granted, Gramps is a particularly powerful seraph. But even so, this town has a high concentration of malevolence. It's honestly making me a little sick.
You gonna be okay?
For now, at least. I'm starting to think it'd be a bad idea to stay too long, though. This place has even more Hellions than we imagined.
They're wandering around right there in front of us, and yet we can't do a thing.
I'm as frustrated as you are, but our hands are tied. We don't have the power of purification. Besides, there's a reason for the Hellion manifestations. They're feeding on the evil in people's hearts.
And in such a pretty town.
Probably part and parcel of life in human cities.
So, I really am a shepherd now.
But going up against the source of all malevolence, this Lord of Calamity, that's a huge responsibility to take on all at once.
You sound like you just heard about it. Didn't you talk to Lila at all while I was zonked out?
Nope.
I tried to bring it up, but he insisted on waiting until you woke up. He spent the whole time with his nose in his books instead.
What? Why?
It was more efficient for Lila this way, that's all.
But still, you sat around reading for 3 days straight? You could have gone out to explore the city some more.
What does it matter? I was worn out from the battle anyway, and I just had stuff I wanted to read, okay?
It's okay. You've always been this way. Like when I got hurt and couldn't go exploring for 2 weeks. You waited the whole time rather than go without me.
You're so conscientious, Mikleo.
Yeah, it's really okay. I wouldn't mind if you went and had a little fun of your own.
Seriously, I'm fine. They were good books, and I wanted to read them. Sheesh.
I know, I know. Oh man, this is the best food I've had in ages.
Yeah, a quality inn and a quality restaurant, all in one. Smart combination there. I have a feeling we're gonna be regular customers.
Mikleo, do you eat?
Sometimes he even breathes.
What she means is, Seraphim don't actually have to eat to survive.
What? But you, Gramps, everyone back in Elysia ate food all the time.
Gramps said that it was because we wanted you to experience life like a human.
Oh, I didn't know.
But even without that, I eat because food tastes good.
Seraphim still have all the same taste buds as humans. Many of us wind up enjoying food simply for the rich sensory experience, especially those who are close to humans.
How about you, Lila?
I used to, long ago.
Then why don't you eat with us?
Yeah, that sounds great. After all, we've got a long journey ahead of us.
Very well. If you don't mind, I'd be happy to join you.
Boy, it feels like forever since we left Elysia.
What? You want to go back already?
No way! Our journey's just starting.
Pick one, will you?
Did the two of you come from Elysia?
Yep, that's our hometown.
Oh, you know it? It's a village of Seraphim at the top of a mountain.
I do.
It's a swell place. I'll show it to you sometime.
So you do want to go home?
I do not. Though I do think we have some things we might want to explain to Gramps.
Hope you're ready for the thundering of your life.
Of my death, more likely.
The twists of fate are strange indeed.
The altar of the sacred blade. So this is where shepherds in the past made their pacts.
Yes, though this occurred long, long ago.
Is the symbol of the shepherd a sword?
No. Why do you think so?
I saw a mural once depicting the ancient hero raising up a sword in the ruins in Elysia. And heck, you were lurking in the sword this whole time, waiting for the shepherd.
Well, not all shepherds wielded a sword in battle. The shepherd's sword is like a manifestation of the people's hopes to cut through calamity and malevolence and open a path to a brighter future.
A symbol of hope. And this sword,
Your sword does look a bit strange.
it's probably a ceremonial sword. I found it in the ruins.
So that's why there isn't a blade.
It's just for self-defense. It's useful for, like, training with Mikleo.
I see. A sword that does not cause unnecessary pain.
Though I don't know how easy it'll be to cut a path to the future with this.
Saray, this sword is merely a representation. What you do with it, what you slay with it, to understand the truth behind it all, is the key.
Got it. I'll search for the answer.
So the world teems with these monsters called Hellions that cannot be seen by normal humans. And it is they who are the true scourge of the Age of Chaos.
Yes, the havoc you see in the weather and people's emotions alike all stem from the influence of the Hellions.
The Lord of Calamity creates malevolence and hellions. And the shepherd's role is to stop him from doing that.
As is that of the Squire, correct?
I already told Saray much the same, but this is something I want you to determine for yourself. What you want to do with the world, with the humans, with the malevolence. I'd like you to make your own decisions, based on your honest and forthright heart, rather than having them imposed on you by destiny.
But is it acceptable to express myself that openly? I'm merely a squire.
A squire is not a shepherd's subordinate, but one who provides help to him. There's no need to hold back.
Yep, I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
Okay, then if something is on my mind, count on me to say it.
How inspiring!
Inspiring, but Alicia, you kinda, grazed me.
I'm so sorry. I was in the moment.
Phew! It's nice to get a break.
Yes, but still.
Is something the matter?
Not really. I'm just amazed all over again that Seraphim really truly exist. Talking to you like this, it's like a dream come true.
Alicia grew up reading the Celestial Record like me. She always wanted to meet a Seraph.
I too am glad that we are able to talk like this.
And I suppose that means that Soray's family was actually there that whole time.
That whole time?
I was searching for the origin village in the past when I stumbled across Soray's hometown. He graciously introduced me to his family, but at the time I thought he was just being peculiar. I fear I may have been rude.
I see. So you were looking for the origin village.
Don't worry about it. Everyone there is super nice.
That means a lot to me. Thank you. I hope I can meet Mikleo soon as well.
Yeah, me too.
Soray, there's something written on the arrow pedestal. It looks like ancient tongue.
Oh, show me! Don't walk off with relics and other junk you find in the ruins, okay? And no breaking stuff. On the other hand, treasure chests are fair game, so go nuts.
Very lighthearted, these ancients.
I'm not so sure. The distinction between academic research and crass looting can be very fine indeed. Perhaps their buried message is contemplate always the true intent of your actions?
Now you're taking it too far in the other direction.
Nothing wrong with interpreting it that way. But I'm thinking this might just be a joke the ancients left for us.
Indeed. Ruins are made by people just like us, so it only makes sense for them to reflect human nature. Quite profound.
That's what we like about you, Alicia. Your, sincerity. Travel can be strenuous at times, but overall, I'm enjoying it.
Oh, right. You spent all those years living in the Sacred Blade. This must be your first time out and about in a long while.
Indeed. And is this your first long journey?
Yeah, for both me and Soray. It's a relief to have companions on the road. I'm looking forward to working with you as the Sublord.
My pleasure. Dependable comrades are to be cherished.
I'm glad that you two joined up with us, especially Alicia. Soray's always been a lone human among Seraphim. It's a blessing to have her around.
He seems like he was brought up with a lot of love, regardless of his surroundings.
I won't deny that. But I also have no doubt that there are things only humans can understand, that only humans can see. And he missed out on all of that.
Mikleo.
Please don't tell Soray I said anything.
Of course. It will remain a secret between the Prime and Sublord.
Hey, isn't the Sacred Blade Festival also a religious celebration dedicated to the Lady of the Lake? Were you worshipped, Lila?
The Lady of the Lake is a traditional myth of the people of Lady Lake, hence the name.
Yes. Who cleanses our sins with the sacred blade? Who walks with the mist over the lake? Who vanquishes evil with flames of black? Who sings in the moonlight and comforts the lost souls in the dead of night? The Lady of the Lake, goes the story.
Whoa, Lila, you can walk on water?
Hardly. I weigh at least more than that.
That thing Alicia recited sounded like it might be several myths combined into one.
I would imagine so. The legend was already present when I first arrived in the city.
So wait, does that mean the Lady of the Lake was a different seraph?
Yes, but she was absent, so I accepted the Sacred Blade as my vessel.
So as to wait for the shepherd, right?
As you saw at the ruins in the waterway, Lady Lake has a long history of involvement with the shepherd.
Weren't you lonely all by yourself this whole time?
Not especially. When I got that way, I would distract myself by singing or listening to people's problems.
That's just like the legend.
Huh. I would bet that humans with high resonance were able to sense that.
And blended those tales with the earlier myths to form the current legend. We're seeing history get passed down before our very eyes.
Well, time to get working on these offerings.
You're really getting into it.
I ought to be. The blessing has returned to Lady Lake. But now the problem lies in maintaining it. We will need to do all we can.
That's very true. The blessing is preserved only through daily attention.
Okay, we'll make sure we don't neglect our offerings either.
Right. Reinforcing the blessing will probably make it easier for us in the long run.
I wonder if he would enjoy rice balls, like in that book.
Your offering is rice balls?
I don't recall that being part of the celestial record.
Oh, no, it was from a picture book. A little girl chased after her rolling rice ball and wound up meeting a seraph. That was one of my favorite stories growing up, and I just thought...
I should have known. Sounds like your kind of book.
I have no doubt he will appreciate it. It's not often you get a rice ball packed with authentic emotion.
I hope so.
Whoa! There's like infinite books!
Just what you'd expect from a royal palace. Quite a collection of rare and valuable tomes.
Lots that deal with history and ancient relics, too! Oh, I just want to sit and read them all!
Oh my! This book has an interesting title.
Mad Screams of Love. A poetry book, maybe?
Let's check it out.
Yeah, careful! It's gonna look like the book's floating in midair!
Don't worry, Alicia will hand wave it away for us somehow.
Oh, Here, gimme. I'll hold it.
Wow, Mad is right.
An ode to young passions. A lonely voice, screaming love and anguish to the heavens.
You just know the author's gonna look back at this 10 years later and cringe. Angsty doesn't even begin to cover it.
So that's what's so mad about it.
Really? It all sounds pretty good to me.
Huh?
Saray, I think that's because you're so...
So inherently enthusiastic.
You guys okay? You look kinda... mad.
A secret underground dungeon.
I sure feel a lot of malevolence.
I wonder who was kept down here.
Whoever they were, no doubt they left their hatred here. Hatred against the royal family.
You shouldn't feel personally responsible.
I'm fine. Let's just look for a way out.
Some of these cells are opened. Let's be careful.
Saray, about what happened at the palace. I don't know how to say this, but I'm truly sorry.
Don't worry about it.
But I really had no idea they would go that far. I'm sure you would have been fine, but still.
No. If you hadn't shown up, I'm pretty sure Bartlow and the others would all be dead now.
I imagine you think it foolish of me to protect those who tried to have me killed. But this is how the game is played. If they were suddenly eliminated, the resulting chaos would spiral out of control.
So it came down to Country first, Alicia second. Am I right?
Oh dear. I came to apologize, and here I am airing my grievances at you.
Worry not, fair squire. This too is the shepherd's duty.
Then you have my thanks, noble shepherd. If my humble self may be of service in any respect, do not hesitate to ask.
Then can I ask a favor?
Of course.
Could you apologize to the soldiers for me? Let them know I'm sorry for hitting them.
I'll make sure to do so. I'm sure they already know quite well that you let them off easy.
Yeesh, I can hardly stand to listen to those two.
But we did anyway.
Well, we didn't overhear them on purpose.
You're worried, aren't you?
Saray tends to shoulder a heavier burden than he needs to. That's all.
I still can't get over their skills.
You mean those assassins?
Yeah, from what I could sense, they're practically Hellion class.
They're still just regular humans, aren't they?
I think so. But why aren't they Hellions?
Well, maybe they're good people?
Good people? They're the most feared assassins guild on the continent.
You know about the scattered bones?
Scarcely a soul doesn't. No one's seen their faces and lived to tell the tale, so this is all just conjecture. But rumor holds that they've been involved in close to 100 assassinations. Nobility, military officers, underworld bosses. I'd always thought them just a colorful urban myth, but...
Given their fighting skills, I'd say they're the real deal.
And yet it is a fact that they were not Hellions.
Do you think there is a reason for this?
That I could not say.
A reason they don't turn into Hellions.
Please don't tell me you want to hunt them down and ask.
Who knows? We might meet them again whether we like it or not.
Boy, lucky us.
They don't really believe Saray is the shepherd at all.
Good. Better than them expecting too much of him. Besides, I'm sure Saray has bigger things on his mind right now.
Like fixing the bridge, you mean?
Yeah, I can't believe how little progress has been made.
I guess Marland is going to be quarantined for a little while longer.
I want to do something to help them. The mountain certainly is impressive up close.
Yeah, I can see why they call it Spirit Crest. But still, dragons?
Probably just a story some bard made up.
Certainly the last time I was here, there was never any sign of one.
You mean on your journey with the previous shepherd?
Hey, let's play a game. Pick a number 1 through 10. Got you! It was 12.
She's off the rails.
Must be that pesky oath of hers again.
Anyway, if there really were a dragon there, we wouldn't stand a chance against it.
So what? If we run into one, we better hightail it out of there?
Hopefully we don't run into one at all.
What's with that guy?
I kinda wanna ask her about that guy just now.
He's always just so blasé.
I also want to ask about that strange item he had.
And what nerve, being so scantily clad in front of a lady like that?
Maybe now's not a good time to bother her.
Good call.